seated. Hi everyone, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Maya Garcia and I'm the current student body president, and I'm beyond humbled and honored to be able to deliver this opening speech tonight. I'd like to begin by quickly thanking Mr. Tim Beck and Wadsworth United Methodist Church for organizing this program tonight and making it available for the students and families at Wadsworth. Originally, I had a hard time deciding what I was going to say to you all tonight, but ultimately I knew I wanted to thank you all. Throughout my whole life, I've envisioned myself and everyone else as a mosaic, beautiful shards of glass composed together to make a breathtaking image for everyone in the room. And tonight, I want to thank you all for being a shard of glass within my mosaic. Within this crowd tonight, I see classmates that I've known for years, girls that were on my U9 soccer team, classmates from pre-K, some of my closest friends, and some very familiar faces that I smile at in the hallway every day. All of you have played a significant part of my life, whether you know it or not. For some of you, this concept may be funny or weird, but I encourage you to all view your life as a mosaic. Think of all the people that helped you to make you who you really are. For me, my mosaic wouldn't be complete without the class of 2023. The class of 2023 is truly something special. Also, although some people may say that this generation always has its nose in its phone, Snapchatting and Instagram, I beg to differ. The class of 2023 is a group of dreamers, activists, and problem solvers. We take care of our planet, speak up for what we believe in, and push for a better tomorrow. In this crowd, I see at least 3 future senators, an environmental scientist, a handful of doctors and nurses, and a few engineers. Within this room lies the future. Although it's hard to close this chapter and move on, we have our whole world and lives ahead of us. When looking at the book as a whole, we just ended the prologue. So to my friends and fellow classmates, I leave you with this. Never stop learning, not necessarily in an academic setting like school, but always strive for more. Never be satisfied. Continue to be hungry and grow. And finally, never forget where you came from. Whether you like it or not, Wadsworth is a part of all of our mosaics. Personally, I couldn't be more grateful for that, and that is a part of mine. Thank you again, the class of 2023, for being shards in my mosaic, and I hope I'm a shimmering piece somewhere in yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Heyer and the Senior Ensemble for performing our special music, Siege. Hi, I'm Addie Beck, and tonight I have the pleasure of introducing our guest speaker, Matthew Pavlak. Matt Pavlak is a 2014 Wadsworth High School graduate. After high school, Matt attended the University of Akron, where he graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Nursing. After college, he transitioned to nonprofit work. For the past 4 years, he has been working for Young Life here in Wadsworth, the last 2 years also serving as an area director for Greater Akron. Matt is an avid runner and casual rock climber. He is also the head pole vault coach and assistant swim coach for Wadsworth High School, whom I have had the pleasure of knowing for the past 3 years. Tonight, Matt will be sharing a message with us entitled Going and Growing. Please welcome Matt Pavlak.
Thank you. I am going to put a timer on because I am notorious for talking for an eternity, and I'm not going to do that. I also wrote it down, which is great, right? Hey, I want to thank you guys first and foremost for letting me be here. As Addie said, I graduated. I'm going to take this off. No, I'll say it. I graduated back in 2014. It was great. I loved Wadsworth. I would love to get up here, and I would love to tell you guys something new. Something you haven't heard before, something exciting, something dynamic. Unfortunately, I am not able to do that today. I will likely tell you something you have heard many times before. I will likely tell you something that many of you, actually more intelligent than me, have already experienced multiple times before on different occasions. But I would implore you still to not just hear, but listen, to dial in. For though something may not be new, I don't think we should assume that it cannot carry value. And though something may be old, I don't think we should assume that it is thus outdated and then should be neglected. For something to arrive at the idea of cliche, I think we need to recognize that it has gotten there by being so consistently true for so consistently long that it can nearly be assumed on every occasion. So, if you would be willing, I would ask you to tune in, to listen close, so that you may hear from someone young telling you a truth that is old, and I would ask you to hear it with a life that is new. Now 9 years ago, I sat where you sat, and I remember I used to make a joke that if I ever got to speak at something like this, I would say congratulations on finishing the easiest part of your life. I would be lying to you if I were to say that. And I want you to hear from me that that is not accurate. Purely, simply, that is not true. For what you have gone through over the last 4 years has likely been instrumental, whether you know it or not, to the shaping, developing, and the forming of who you are and who you will be as individuals for the rest of your lives. Though yes, high school does generally have very, very clear directions. Purely, simply, and truly, the goal has always been to graduate. I would say, though, don't be so deceived in thinking that simplicity would then imply ease. That though the destination may be clear, one should not assume that it will not take immense effort to arrive. I would add, however, that though you have learned immeasurable amounts regarding what you stand for and what you will be about, I would ask you to continue to be on guard and anticipatory for the growth and the transformation that lies before you. Wadsworth, here's what's true. You made it. You did it, you graduated, and that's great. And what do we do now is the real question to be asking. What lies before you is immense. I would argue it is near incalculable opportunity. And I would make the assertion to you all that the awareness of this field of opportunity gives you the potential to be incapable of failure. That is not to operate under the assumption that things will not go awry. That is not operate under the assumption that things will not be broken. And that is not to operate under the assumption that we will actually arrive anywhere that we had planned and hoped on going right now. Rather, what I present to you is the assertion that failure is a much more narrow gate than we generally assume it to be. I believe it was Edison who is quoted consistently accounting that I never failed in creating the light bulb. I rather discovered 10,000 ways that it ought not be done. And that is the heart of what I want to offer to you. That's what I want to lay before your feet here. That you were made to engage in this life. That you were made to engage with what sits before you. In the first chapter of the Bible, it's a holy book for Christianity, Genesis 1:28 would actually commission humanity to rule and to subdue creation. To fall in line with it and to lead it. I want you to hear, though, that does not mean to twist it, to oppress it, to bend it with heavy hands to the will of a single individual, but rather to serve it, to protect it, to engage with it, to engage with the creation and the life that you now stand at the threshold of. There can be no failure in life before you as long as every step is part of the process of growing, engaging, and developing in this conviction. It doesn't exist. Hear me, this is not self-help. This has never been self-help. This is purely, simply, truly, unadulterated truth. It is simply the way that it works. We are given at any moment. We are the benefactor, we're the arbiter, and we are the victim of the world that we actively engage in, whether it be for good or for bad, we're a part of it. Whether for high or for low, we're shaping it. It's yours. Think of it this way. If you were to look at a tree, and though you may find it beautiful, you may find it fair, you'd also have to recognize that where you are now, as that tree relates to you and the way life is working, generally speaking, that tree is neutral to you, correct? If you were to take that neutral tree and you were to hew its wood to a functional piece of lumber, you could then use that lumber for exceptional good. You could use it to create shelter. You could use it to create art. You could use it to do something that humanity could enjoy together. By the work of your hand, you could shape something truly beautiful, magnificent, and beneficial for the well-being of everyone that shapes and sits around you. You could also use that same piece of carefully hewed lumber for exceptional evil and for exceptional destructive purposes. And in low points of life, many of us may find ourselves more aligned with the destructive potential that stirs within every single one of us. To lie down in the depths of a valley is the only way to maintain the condemnation of that darkness and that destruction. What I'm saying is, even within a misstep, that corrupted wood maintains its neutral beauty. Even when abused, it maintains its potential for good. And with careful consideration, that tree can still be leveraged into articulate, dynamic, and engaging purposes. Failure is not the misalignment or even the altogether missing of an intended success. Rather, failure can only be found in the untimely conclusion of frustrated progress. To give up in the middle of a journey is the only way that you can arrive at a failure. For those who are willing to consider and submit to this idea, I think you will find that failure is not an option. That's not to say with some crass bravado in the G.I. Joe kind of way. It's not what I mean. What I'm saying is purely, simply, and with unadulterated truth, what we generally consider as failure is simply an avenue to foster enlightenment towards your true conclusion. If redemption is applied to an assumed fracture, then failure is only a marker along the road of success. It's a way to remember from where you came and a way to gauge where you're going. Now, for those of you that are sitting here and you know your next step, I want to offer you a blessing. Go. Do it. Rule and subdue, trial and error, learn and grow. Know that at every arrival, you find yourself at another beginning. In the same way that high school has ended, you now stand at the threshold of a new beginning to life. Do it. Do what you know stirs in you to be done. For those of you that aren't there, that you're sitting with uncertainty, with frustration, with fear, with anxiety, I want to offer up a separate blessing to you, to the hard-pressed and to the frustrated. I will say, a blessing be on you who are poor in spirit, for yours is the kingdom of heaven. I would say that a blessing be on you who mourn, for you will be comforted. I would say a blessing be on you who are meek, for yours is the whole earth. A blessing be on you who hunger and thirst for justice, for you'll be satisfied. A blessing be on you who are merciful, for you will receive mercy. And a blessing be on you who are pure in heart, for you will see God. Now, students, you graduated, peers, brothers, sisters, whatever you want to call it, it's up to you. Be aware that what lies before you is not an end. Today is but another point in the innumerable comings of beginning. That as you stumble through this journey that we call life, every step is a new place to start. So I would ask you, you can dismiss this, but be sober-minded and enjoy the ride. Keep clear focus on where you're going, to evaluate where you are. In the same way that simplicity does not imply ease, difficulty has never implied that a circumstance ought to be dreaded. When things are painful, it doesn't mean that it's wrong. Pursue the abundant life promised, and be ready to rise when your humanity causes you to fall. Now quickly here, I will speak to a very select few of you. And if this relates to you, take it, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, I would say dismiss it, throw it to the side, because it's not yours. But for those that will hear it, ask and it'll be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and it will be opened to you. For everybody who asks receives. All who seek find, and the ones who knock will find that the door has been opened. And though many of you may not know me, an even greater number of you have no reason to care about the rantings and thoughts of a 27-year-old, I am so very proud of all of you. Not that it matters what I think, but I am. Congratulations. I wish you audacity, I wish you ambition, and I wish you the abundant life of magnificent uncertainty that you are continuing to engage in day by day. Thank you for letting me be here. Thank you for listening. For some of you, thank you for pretending to listen. It meant the world to me. Thank you for letting Wadsworth be a launching point of what comes next. And I say, as an individual, but speaking for a community, we love you dearly. And we're so very excited to see what you're going to go do. Good luck and Godspeed. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you very much, Matt, for sharing that inspiring message. I now invite all of you to take part in our flower dedication ceremony. These flowers symbolize our respect, appreciation, and love for the people who have taught us patiently and influenced us in a positive manner. Fellow classmates, you will be dismissed row by row, starting at the front to obtain carnations to give to those special people who have encouraged you through your high school career and led you to this momentous occasion. Please return to your seat when you have finished. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Tim Beck, Director of Student Ministries at Wadsworth United Methodist Church. And before we get to our closing benediction, I was just reflecting, it's kind of amazing that for many of you, about 24 hours ago, you were parading across this stage for promenade on your way to prom, followed by a lot of monumental moments, I imagine, last night, shared with friends and peers and classmates. And in this very gym, a lot of impactful memories have taken place over the years. Maybe some monumental moments also in the Performing Arts Center, maybe with choir concerts, band concerts, athletic competitions, and awards ceremonies. In a mere blink of the eye, and now you're here, about to be graduates, the class of 2023 at Wadsworth High School. And if we took a moment just to reflect upon the highs and the lows that perhaps you've experienced over the years, maybe a little bit of pain, a little bit of celebration, like navigating the high school parking lot after school, the stresses of tests and final projects, celebrations at musicals, plays, sporting competitions, and things of that nature. A mere blink of the eye, and here you are. So I just want to do a little gratitude check with you guys before we close. So I'm going to invite you guys to close your eyes, which I know is a risky proposition, knowing that you probably only had a few hours of sleep. But close your eyes just for a moment as we close. And I just want you to just envision the timeline of your life in your head right now. Imagine this timeline. Visualize some of these monumental experiences and moments that you've shared together as a student. Starting in kindergarten, if you can remember, maybe mom dressed you up in that special outfit. You had your Bubble Guppies backpack. Mom takes your picture on the front step of your porch before you go off to school. Maybe you can remember in elementary school when you took the walking tour of Wadsworth. You walked through the cemetery. You explored all the things downtown, City Hall. Maybe you can remember your first day at CIS with those creaky wooden floors and recess on the blacktop. The cultural fair where you represented Jamaica or Norway. And you remember your first day at middle school, the first big school. Maybe you were nervous and awkward like all the other 7th graders. And you were wondering where you were going to sit at lunch. Your voices were changing. You were going through growth spurts. And then you entered high school. And you were a freshman. And you walked on the wrong side of the hallway. A mere blink of the eye. And now you're here. You can open your eyes. It's been a lot. It's probably been a little bit overwhelming at times. But it's been good. Because you made it. And you really only have a few more days in this gymnasium as a high school student, as a participant. Forever after this week, when you come back to this building, you will be a spectator. And things will change. But for the past 13 years of your life here at Wadsworth Schools, it's been about individual accomplishment in the classroom. But just take a moment really quickly and look around one last time. Look around this gym. Look at your peers, look at your friends, look at your moms and your dads and your grandparents and your teachers, maybe your administrators. Go ahead, look around. Embrace this moment. And just give thanks in your heart for those who walked beside you along the way of this journey. Because even for them, it's been a mere blink of their eye, and now we're here. But I want you to recognize that throughout this journey of your life and your faith, that God has been walking with you in seen and unseen ways. Perhaps that sometimes even carrying you on this journey from kindergarten to through senior year. And there's an array of brightness, a bright shining future that awaits you into this great, mysterious unknown. So give thanks for the journey. Give thanks for the opportunity. For your future awaits when you exit these doors this week. But on the other side of each and every blink is an opportunity to be embraced and to behold. Will you stand? Everyone stand if you're able, and let's close with prayer. Let's pray. God, we thank you for the journey, and we thank you for the opportunity, for it has been good. We've made it, and we have so much to look forward to. God, be with us in all that we do. It's in your name we pray. Amen. Congratulations, class of 2023. And that, my friends, is your benediction, so go greet your loved ones, and good luck this week. We'll see you on Sunday.